I know it's very popular nowadays to say that we don't need men. I'm here to tell you that the people saying that don't really understand how necessary men are today and how essential masculinity is. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a nice day. Masculinity is in crisis. It's not something that is frequently encountered, much like femininity. It's an art that is being lost, and I see that as a significant danger to society. I would like to have a relaxed and casual conversation with you about why it's a danger, why it involves you, whether you're a man or a woman. It's as important for men as it is for women, and what can be done, what we can do. Most of all, I want to open a conversation on this topic. But what is to be masculine?
You can't be weak, and in this country, being weak is thought of as a virtue. Jordan Peterson has a really interesting way of looking at this, and he said it to me once, and it made a lot of sense. He said, people think that you should be weak, and you should be docile, and then you should be a pacifist. He goes, no, you should be a monster. He said you should be ruthlessly ambitious, and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Wow.
When one mentions masculinity, or says that masculinity is in crisis, people often immediately associate it, especially women and feminists, with sexism. Masculinity and sexism are two things that have nothing to do with each other. A healthy masculine man is not a sexist, and vice versa, a sexist is not a masculine man. He is someone with his own issues, projecting them onto others. Let's start by stating that. Unfortunately, these days, especially in the United States, the term toxic masculinity is used a lot, and it is associated with sexism. This starts to create a link between toxic masculinity and the idea that masculinity and sexism are the same, but they are not. And I believe that none of this is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that women are becoming more masculine, and it's not a coincidence that men are feminizing. In my opinion, it's part of an agenda that is being pushed, a narrative that is being heavily promoted nowadays in different parts of the world.
Women are like pathetic or need a man or XYZ. And it's like, no, baby, back yourself.
Yeah,
back
we
yourself.
do need men though. We do.
We don't need them.
We do.
No, because they're lesbians.
Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman? Your toilet breaks down. Who do you call? A
So
man or a
I
woman?
fix my own car. I can do. I'm motor mechanics.
Your
I can
power. Your power supply. Who runs it? Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
Oh, at the moment, men, obviously,
Yeah.
because
So
of patriarchy. Because of patriarchy.
Oh no.
But
wait.
do I
so
need a man?
the
No. I'm obsessed with being a
What?
woman in a male-dominated industry. I
Okay,
do
wait,
all of my own
what- can we
carpentry.
go back
I do
to-
all my own
Right, but regardless of that, like you agree that men run the infrastructure, so therefore
Oh, at the moment, yeah, men run the world.
we need men.
Yeah. On a wider scale, yes. On a wider scale. On a personal scale, no. Because you don't need a man to provide for you.
Right,
You can earn our own wage.
But we need men to run the industries that keep us alive and well.
Not necessarily, no.
So,
Because I know female mechanics, engineers, carpenters.
but remember that's exception. Like those industries are like 99% male.
Yeah, but for now.
If a woman comes out and says, I don't need a man, I can do everything on my own, I am strong and independent, things that inherently are not bad, everyone applauds it. If a man says the same thing about being a strong man, not needing anyone, being independent, it's often painted as negative, as toxic. What is applauded is when men are vulnerable, sensitive, super emotional, which again is not inherently bad, but the problem arises when I say, those poles start to blur.
I love men. Like, I think men are the coolest, but I don't need them to survive.
You do actually need men to survive. Everything that you see around you was built and created and maintained by men.
Okay.
Everything. The infrastructure in this country, in every single country in the world, is built, created, and maintained by good, honest, hardworking men that just want to provide for their family.
Based.
I don't think that there is like a thought between those eyes. Also, her quote about like, I don't need men to survive. That's literally a TikTok trend. That's not her sound. That's just coming from TikTok. She is literally trying to answer a question on a podcast from a TikTok. Somebody said, look at them. They're actually hearing this for the first time in their lives. Somebody else said she forgot who pays for her OnlyFans.
Masculine men today, in my opinion, can be found both at the bottom and the top of the socio-economic ladder. They are at the bottom with labor-intensive jobs, those that are very physical and such. They are also found much higher up, among those who have reached the top percentage due to their ambition and hard work. The majority of men today often fall under the label, often referred to in English as the nice guy. This extends to women as well, the good girl who is shy, always says yes, never says no, has no boundaries. The same goes for men. Many are seeking approval or trying to avoid disapproval. Just that isn't attractive, to be honest. Be the good guy in not attractive for women.
During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking?
Not good thoughts.
The boyfriend. My boyfriend. Like this.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Fuck no.
Did it turn you off?
Oh my God, so much.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, you're getting fucked up. As you're falling to the canvas, you still need to go fuck you.
Wow.
You're like, fuck you. Like that.
So the way he was
to
getting beaten was fucking with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that he was getting beaten.
Like, you gotta fucking, like, take that shit.
Take it.
Yeah. You know, like a champ or like a fighter.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be like,
wow.
And women are attracted to masculine men. It has always been this way, and it will always be this way. The problem is that many modern philosophies want to paint all of this as bad. It's the typical argument of, we're in 2024, when will these things change? When will we all be treated as equals? But thinking that we will one day achieve complete equality is not only a utopia, much like communism or veganism, beautiful philosophies that ultimately are utopias.
Women timed the fight for equality brilliantly. 5,000 years, men, we were fighting lions and tigers and hunting buffalo, and women were like, we'll just pick the berries. You guys got that. You guys, all right. Woo, you guys are brave. Look at, wow, so courageous. Look at you hunting that buffalo. Second they put air conditioning in office buildings, women are like, we want equality! March for it, girls! You played the long game, ladies. Well done. Well done.
With fewer masculine men in the world, there are more abusive men in control, more abusive men in power, putting women or society in general in worse situations. And then there's no defense, no protection in that sense. There are more children without a male role model. Numerous studies show that children growing up in single-parent households or households with only a mother have a much higher risk of various negative outcomes, such as ending up in jail, experiencing depression, or committing suicide. But think about the last time you pushed yourself more, whether with your physical fitness, your career, or your finances in general. That, for me, is key when it comes to masculinity. Pushing yourself more, constantly improving. I know it's very popular nowadays to say that we don't need men, that masculinity is not needed at all. Still, I'm here to tell you that the people saying that don't really understand how necessary men are today and how necessary masculinity is.